Okay, so I have come down to Kingston today to have a look at this wonderful little place. That up there is called Castle Hill, and Castle Hill obviously gets its name from somewhere. Pretty obvious. I'm wondering if there was a large hill fort up there once upon a time, and that is somehow connected to this Beowulf, Hrethel mystery that I've been sort of hinting at over the last few days. But over here we have St Pancras Church, which is in Kingston. Kingston is the king's town, or the king's farm, the farm or ton of the kings of the South Saxons. And this church is another 13th century church, very, very old. And sort of the reason that I'm here today having a look at this is all to do again with King Aethelstan. I'm wondering if there's a chance that his coronation took place here and not in London. The reference that we are given in the Anglo Saxon Chronicle is Cyningeston. Which just translates to Kingstown, and everyone seems to have assumed that then means Kingston near London. But let's go back to the fact that we know that he held his witans in Hamsey, and Kingston is just 2 miles up out of Lewes on the other side of the Eagle. It's at the Eagle's Head, if you know what I'm talking about, which in itself again is very interesting. There are Anglo-Saxon burial mounds all over the top of this hilltop here, and all surrounding it, and there was a hoard found a bit further over. But there's and then at the bottom of the foot here of the hill, there's places called Saxon Down, Saxon House. It's just unbelievable how many Saxon references there are here. But really, this is an incredibly old, another very important place, and I wonder if his coronation didn't take place in there. In a minute or later on, I will try and read out the entry in the Anglo Saxon Chronicle, so that you know what I'm talking about, and yeah, we'll see what you think. But yeah, we've got that link to Hamsey, this one to here. I just wonder if things have been misconstrued over an incredibly long period of time, and now facts are a bit blurry. But I think the gardeners have just finished in there now, so I'm going to go and have a little look around, because I have not seen this place. I don't know if it's open, don't think it is, but at least I can have a look around the outside. But this place is quite special, I think. Very old again, very special. And the only references I can find to it, Kingston, sort of only go back to 1670. There's one map that points Kingston out, and Swanborough, or some weird spelling of Swanborough, which obviously made Swanborough quite an important place back then, but doesn't seem like there's much other record available out there at the moment. So yeah, we're a little bit lost with any sort of detailed history, strangely. But I'm wondering if there is some stuff at the keep that perhaps could be found, so I'll perhaps go and have a look down there at some point. But let's rejoin in a minute. I'm going to go into the churchyard. Okay, so here we go with the pig. We're just wandering up to the church now. We're going to see if it's open, and just have a little look around, maybe witter on about some stuff while I'm doing so. We'll have a little look at some of the tombs and the churchyard itself. Luckily it's just been cut, so it looks rather nice in here today. Beautiful tree. It is an incredibly beautiful place actually down here, and then sitting directly under this huge hill mound, Castle Hill. It does look quite impressive. This is a part of the South Downs I used to come up to quite a lot when I was young. In fact, I think I even made a camp up there at one point, unbelievably, when I was very little. Now coming back here, it's incredible to see it all in a different light. But yeah, this is the church. It's absolutely stunning, really. Another very old construction. Just going to go around the back and have a little look. I really don't know anything about this, so I can't really talk too much about this with any authority whatsoever. So, it's just the 13th century church at the bottom of Kingston that there doesn't seem to be any information on. It's incredibly well built, absolutely amazing. But yeah, there's also I might actually just go up to the foot of Castle Hill so you can see down from the top. But as you can see, it's quite a big hill, and I don't know if Pig's got it in it today. We'll have to have a look. But yeah, I'm going to go back over there that way, I think, because I really can't talk about much here. I don't know anything about the place. Old tombstones? I don't know. Let's see if the door's open. Nope, unfortunately not. Just gonna have a quick look around the other side, just in case there's anything worth seeing around here. Oh, there's a clock up there, that's very nice. But really, don't know anything else about this place, so I'll head off somewhere where I do. I'll speak to you soon. Right, it is 3:07 on the 8th of the 8th, and I am now literally just driving up to the top of Castle, bottom, sorry, of Castle Hill. I wish I could drive up to the top, make life a lot easier. And not far thence must they go to find Hrethel, giver of rich gifts. Here she comes. She's made it. I've only just made it too. Woo! It's a pretty tiring walk. It's an incredibly steep hill. It makes you realise how hard it would have been charging up this thing if you were trying to take a fort, if there was indeed one up there. I think they say that there was an Iron Age fort, which is a very kind of general age bracket. But yeah, I think there is a known Iron Age fort up here, but I just think it's probably more of the time around of 800 to, or maybe even earlier, because I think possibly, I mean, if there are so many Roman burials, coins, artifacts all coming up all around Lewes, then you would expect them to have set up safety fortifications in high visible vantage points, wouldn't you, in a valley like this? So I mean, to think that there wasn't some sort of defensive structure up there that then carried on getting used, as we always do, building on top of building for a very long time, I kind of think that's a bit ridiculous, but there we go. But here we are. So I'll try and point some stuff out for you. Okay, this right here is Kingston. That is actually Kingston town, not the reggae song. That one is in London, I think. But then this is here is the valley that would have been flooded, and I think that the sea would have come up to around here. I'm guessing that somewhere around here is Swanborough. I think it might be there, but I need to go down there and have a look. But I'd say that Swanborough is most likely the main port called Cyningeston. It's a king's port, I think, which would have been obviously under Kingstown. Cymen, I think, means king, so Cyningeston, I think, is the king's shore, and if this is Kingstown, then the king's shore should be somewhere over here at Swanborough. So up on this hill we have many tumuli, burial mounds basically. Let's see if I can find some more. There's another one there. I'll point them out as I go back down again. But importantly, we need to know that that is Ditchling Beacon, the highest point. This is all one part that's now got Lewes Golf Course on it. Here are the cliffs as you come in of Cliff High Street, and obviously remember that the sea would have come in all the way up and through this little area here. So that there is Lewes, that is shaped out in like a geoglyph, like an eagle. Over here we have Morling Hill, which I think I've already spoken about, and right there is Hamsey. So I would have thought there would have been a hill fort there, one behind me on top of Kingston, and another one over here. And again, there is information about that, but it's not spoken of in any kind of like specific term, very general ideas. Another interesting thing to see is over here. That doesn't look like much, but it sticks up. There, it sticks up out of the channel, so it would have been like a small island when the sea was in here and it was a tidal estuary, alongside, let's see if I can find that over there. It's kind of the yellower bits there. It's called Rise Farm for a reason, obviously. Again, it's on a rise, so if this plain was flooded out during a high tide, then those little places would have been very obvious little islands and landing points. But yeah, I thought it was well worth coming up here and having a little look at this, so you got an idea. And then, yeah, think about the Aethelstan connection. You know, he held his church, his wittans at the church over in Hamsey Church, which I now think is Clofshow. We've also got the Beowulf connections coming in. I'm hoping that you're getting them. And then we've got Kingston here, Castle Hill behind me. And then in the Anglo Saxon Chronicle we have the reference of Aethelstan being coronated in Kingston. Hopefully, I think, maybe at the church that we've just visited. But who knows? Again, this is all very speculative, but I would say that this is far more likely to be true than him being coronated in Kingston in London, especially when considering the reason that I would say this as well is that we know that King Henry III lived in Lewes Castle, which is there, and it was an incredibly important place, Lewes. So we had 2 mints here. I think it was the capital of Mercia at one point or another, and we know that the king was there, so why was he living here if this place wasn't that important? My thinking is that perhaps when the king was beaten by Simon de Montfort at the Battle of Lewes, this place sort of, I don't know, maybe it tainted the memory of the royals kind of like getting their asses kicked. Who knows? Like, and they didn't want that to be remembered. And that doesn't seem to be very spoken about. You know, everyone is always talking about how revolution never works. Well, this is an example where it certainly did, and perhaps the powers that be don't want people to think about that. I don't know, or it's just all been forgotten. You know, there's a possibility that the Black Plague just wiped everyone out that remembered anything to do with it. You know, Helmsy is often talked about as being a place where the Black Plague came and killed everybody, and there's possibility also that it was an abbey rather than just a church. So, you know, people would have been living there in a walled off community, and maybe they all died and forgot everything that was there. You know, who knows? We don't know, but unless we start asking questions and having a look, we will never know. So yeah, let's just have a quick look around here, just give you an idea of the countryside as well, because this is pretty much, I mean, this is, in my opinion, the scenery that they talk about in Beowulf, with its hills, cliffs, channels. There's another amazing hill place over there. You've got the downs are just incredible, and on top of which we have the ancient funeral burial processional route, which I'm guessing was this, that went up the hill, up here, and then all the way over to Telscombe Tye, which is from another Anglo Saxon king called Titlescombe, I think is a title. Just interested in that one. And again, amazing old windmill over there. Again, yeah, hopefully you found some of that interesting, and you're sticking with me. Oh, I've got to do the whole like please subscribe part, so please subscribe, because it really does help. I would like to get some more people looking at this, so the more people I can get to subscribe, the more confidence people have of pressing the subscribe button. Typical human condition, but yeah, if you wouldn't mind, I would greatly appreciate it. Much love, everybody. Take care. Bye bye.